With 860 hours of SolidWorks content on this platform, it can be a little bit overwhelming to find where to start, and I have a couple of recommendations for that. The first would be the learning paths. So if you are not yet CSWA or CSWP certified, or if your team isn't, I highly recommend taking advantage of these certification exam vouchers that you get with your SolidWorks subscription. And learning paths are going to make it easier than ever to study for those exams. So if you go to See Paths, you'll see that there's one for the CSWA, one for the CSWP, couple other extra ones in here on GD&T and simulations, but I'm going to open up the CSWA path to show you what they look like. So the paths are going to have the course content that covers all of the material that's going to be on that exam. So for the CSWA, it's an intro and a couple essentials courses. And then the most important courses in any of these learning paths are going to be the prep courses. So they have people at SolidProfessor that go and take these exams every year. And then they come back and tell you the types of questions that you're going to be asked, how the exam is going to be structured. They give you tips for the timing, and they even go into how to download and navigate the SolidWorks testing software. It gives you everything you need to be very comfortable with the way the exam is going to go come test day. Once you have completed this learning path, you're ready to take and pass that exam, and you're going to do very well. The other way I recommend getting started with this platform is taking the Skills Analyzer. So to get there, we're going to come back to your dashboard and click Take the Skills Assessment Test. When you do that, you're going to come to this page where you can either just take the test yourself, or the option we're going to talk about today, since this is geared towards engineering management, is the Test My Team option. So when we click Test My Team, you're going to have a choice between 3 levels of the exam: the basic, the advanced, and the expert level. If you've had SolidWorks users that have been using the platform for at least a year, I would probably send them the advanced, if not the expert level test, because you want it to be difficult to give you good feedback. So if I'm going to select the advanced test, it would prompt me to enter my information. And then it's going to send me 2 emails. The first one is a custom web link to the exam that I selected. The second is a link to a results dashboard where I can view the results of anyone that took the test using my custom web link. That results dashboard is going to look something like this. So I've got the number of responses I've received, the average score, and then the average results by subject matter and section. If I scroll down a little bit, I can see the name of the participants that took the exam. I sent this exam to my friend Cody, and I can see his score as well as how long it took him to take this exam. So it only took him 10 minutes. If I click View His Results, I can see the percentage he got correct by section, and then I can also see every answer, correct and incorrect, that he had on his test. The most important part, I think, is this section here, the recommended tutorials. So based on what you missed on the exam, you'll get recommended lessons, and the person that took the exam will also get very similar looking results. And they can click these lessons and go straight to the lessons that are going to be most relevant to them. As management, this test can be useful in 2 different ways. So first, you could send the test out to your existing team and get a baseline feel for where everybody is with SolidWorks and assess maybe who needs to have access to this platform first and who has gaps and where in their knowledge. The other way that you could use this is for hiring. So when I send out that custom web link, the person that takes the exam does not need to have access to SolidProfessor, so they don't need to occupy one of your logins. And they also don't need to have SolidWorks downloaded on their device because it's just a multiple choice exam. So that means I could send it out to potential candidates that I'm thinking about hiring and vet them and get a feel for where they really are functionally with SolidWorks beyond what they've put on their resume. Coming back to your dashboard one last time, there are a couple things that are specific to management that I like to point out. And the first one is groups. So when you create a group, it's kind of like creating your own custom learning path. So you create a lesson plan that you can then assign your users to. So the ways that you can organize this are infinite. You can have a group for new hires, a group for your simulation users, a group for your AutoCAD users, and then you can monitor their progress using the reporting tab. So the reporting tab is going to give you the stats for your organization, the number of lessons that have been viewed, the number of tests that have been taken, the top learners, and then the top content that they're viewing. We do have the ability to build out custom reports. So if there is something you'd like to report on that you don't see here, you would just have to reach out to me and we could work on that together. You can also view the reports by group. So I can look at who I've assigned to that group, their progress through the lessons I've assigned them to, and then their progress through each individual course in that lesson plan. I go into a lot more detail on all of these features of the platform in our onboardings, but for now I just want you to have an idea of all of the functionality that this platform has to offer.